Stan, here we are in the man cave on a Saturday afternoon. Are we having a light refreshment? Oh, go on then, we'll have one. Why not? Stan, yes, why didn't you do a video last week? Because last week I was out and about. I met up with fellow YouTuber and collector, Military Mad. So if you haven't seen his channel, Military Mad, it is first rate. It's not like the claptrap that goes on in here. Really good channel. And we met up, do a bit of a trade. I traded him an item and he traded me this piece of inert ordnance, which more of in a minute. I'd just like to say it was a pleasure to meet him. He's a first-rate gentleman of the first order. Does that sound right? Anyway, he's a nice bloke. It was very nice to meet him, so hopefully we'll catch up again one day. Because even where I work, I don't go around telling every single person I work with what I get up to, i.e. this. But a lot of lads know, and a lot of lads are quite forthcoming with, saw this, thought of you, there you go. So one of my mates at work put this my way about Bryce Norton. And the funny thing is, I always think that you collect books. I'm a book collector as well as a book reader, if that makes sense. I'm actually thinking now of setting up a small bookcase of vintage and antique books that really are probably unreadable for me, just the way they're set out. You know, really old ones, just for the way they look, the way they smell. That makes sense. But some books you get, you know, okay, this one off me mate. It's one of those ones that'll just sit on the shelf until it comes down to a point I think, I've got a book on X, Y, and Z. So this one, another one he gave me, which is going to be the next book I read. I'm reading one on the occupation of Jersey at the minute. I was in Jersey 20 years ago, and I bought the book then, read it once, put it on the shelf. I'm reading about that now. But this is the story of 7 RAF flyers escape after shooting down of a Halifax aircraft in 1945 in Denmark, told by 5 of them. So that's a nice little small book. Thanks again, mate at work, who is a top bloke as well. Everyone's a top bloke with me to me. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I'm a top bloke too. I'm only joking. Anyway, thanks for that, mate from work. Another mate from work who said, don't you dare mention my name, but I won't. He passed these my way. Do you know what they are? Do you know what they are? Do you know what they are? Right. They are, I'll put them down and move the mortar around. Just that way, that way. Actually, part of my displays fell down over there. I'll have to just rectify that while I'm just watching it out the corner of my eye. Get back up there. East German visor cap. These are, if you look them up, I think that is the proper word for them. The proper word, the correct descriptive word. Invalid or feeding cups. An invalid is obviously an archaic word for somebody who has physical disabilities. And the Red Cross one, I did do a little bit of research, as always, in 5 minutes. There was someone on one of the War Relics forums who was collecting just the Red Cross ones, soldiers ones. So not all of them are soldiers ones. So basically the idea is, if it's a soldier's one, you've had an injury to the face or you're ill, you cannot eat. So a liquid food is put in there, and the nurse or assistant, or even yourself, just pours it in like that. And that's what they are. And this one obviously is a bit more of a, I mean, these must have been common in people's houses. You know, if you had the flu or something else where you couldn't keep nothing down, that hasn't got a mark on it. He had a load of these, and he just passed a couple of my way. And this one is interesting that it has a mark on the bottom. I can't remember what it says now. I have to get my reading glasses on. Do bear with me, viewerage. And I get this has got traces of a gilt edge as well. On there, I have to look over the top. So it's got G8 signature. That might be the guy who fired it or made it on the Bavaria. Now he used to collect these sort of things, and he has looked up the crest. And as far as he's aware, and I'll take his word for it because I know nothing about porcelain things or China, whatever they're made of. Bavaria 1903, made in Germany. So this could have well have been something used by the German Red Cross, Deutsche Rote Kreuz, is it, as we pronounce it, in the First World War, to feed soldiers. So they're a couple of oddities for the collection, and thanks again, mate from work. Well done. Right, so put these down somewhere, they don't get knocked about. So, what is the item that I traded with Military Mad? So, after having looked at it under the jeweller's loop, it's obviously a form of mortar round. It has marks on here, stamps, that say 24667 VKTX. At the tail end, KB 2001 82mm, so it's an 82mm inert mortar bomb. The nose up here, it says TP M67 38 seconds, and when I typed in M67 82mm, it looks, it's a para illum, I believe, an illumination round fired from a mortar. So when I typed that in, it actually came up with near enough the same paint scheme, near enough, except that was a bit more polished brass colour, a Yugoslavian M67. Couldn't see any more of this colour, so I am unsure of the country of origin. I thought, with it being, if it was Yugoslavian, it'd probably have like sort of acrylic as in CRY writing on it. At the top, the business end, it does have a gauge. I'm not sure if that's going to turn, probably not, but I don't really know anything about fire and mortars, but I imagine this is to set your distance. If it's an illumination round, you know, fire it in the air, 10 seconds in, it goes. It should have a safety pin sort of set up here. I believe it's there or there. Now, it is obviously inert. I want to take it off the stand. Just pull that out of there. Stick that in there, it'll sit. As you can see, if you shine a light in there, it's completely empty. It is completely inert. There's nothing alive there. So, and it's been fired. You'll see the little dink in the middle. I'm unsure what to do with it. I want it. I mean, obviously keeping it. It's a great piece of kit. But displaying it, I don't know yet. The house is in uproar at the minute with all things Christmassy type going on. So I've just put it out in the attic for now. But if I might try and display it without the stand. Now, I know the stand sets it off, and if I don't use the stand, I certainly will be using the stand for something else. It's a nice piece of wood, that. I'm just looking around in the man cave headquarters now. This could actually go up in the ceiling somewhere, hang off something, or you know, I'll just let my imagination run wild. But yeah, that's a nice piece of inert ordnance from my old mate Military Mad, who, as I said, is a very nice man, very nice fellow indeed, and it was a pleasure meeting him. So that's Stan's latest jibber jabber. I'm going to have a few more light refreshments, try my best to have as many as I can, because I've only got an hour and 3/4. My wife comes home, and then the fun does stop. I'm not joking. Right, this is Stan, and I will see ya.